How's Bob Dylan?
How can I answer that if you got the nerve to ask me?
It happened so long ago, I wasn't even born.
A song that doesn't pussyfoot around nor turn a blind eye to human nature.
Who threw that glass to the street? Who did it?
I'm a translation to animal my soul, admit my return.
How about rap?
I'm afraid to go on the internet. I'm afraid some pervert's gonna lure me somewhere.
You want some eggs?
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to getting back to basics this time after Ray made us put on our hater hats last week, and we can just return to the stuff we like.
Yeah, last time was a little intense.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, there was a lot to talk about. So, but I'm also glad that this time we're just returning to the burning questions that people have sent in. Questions that demand answers.
Yes. We should just get right into it.
Yeah. My name is Laura Tenchett.
My name is Rebecca Slayman, and this is
the Bob Dylan Hotline, where we answer your questions about all things Bob.
Fantastic. Our first question... Sorry.
No, you go ahead, please.
Okay. Our first question today is from our very good friend Graley.
Graley.
I love Graley. I think about him all the time. Here's what he has for us.
Hey, Laura and Rebecca. This is Graley Herren. I couldn't decide which of these three questions to ask, so I'm going to ask all three of them, and you pick whichever one you like most, or do a kind of quick take on all of them. I want to talk about Bob Dylan's vocals. What is Bob Dylan's sexiest vocal? Or what is Bob Dylan's spookiest vocal? Or what is the Bob Dylan vocal that always makes you tear up, his most moving vocal? Okay? So, dealer's choice. Sexy Dylan, scary Dylan, or moving Dylan? Have at it.
Thank you so much, Graley.
What a great question.
A great three-tiered question. Really fun to think about, really fun to revisit the songs that I know I love, but just like refreshing what I think of as sexiest, spookiest, most moving.
Yeah, but I agree. I think the three moods, sexy, spooky, moving. Yeah, do you want to start us off? I think we should answer all three, really.
Definitely, yeah. I have my notes here, and I'm looking forward to hearing your answers, because I think you said hot take, and I'm wondering if we might have a very similar hot take, which is, I think the sexiest vocal is Sweetheart Like You.
I love that.
Yeah. I love the ease of his delivery. I love the like suggestiveness of his sort of talk singing. The fact that it is like talk singing, I think is just it's very sexy to me. I don't know. And maybe that is some kind of subliminal reason why we have been defending the song so much, is because I just like, he can say whatever because he's very sexy. Although women don't all have to think that to think the song is not sexist, I will say.
Yes. Yeah. No, but I kind of know what you mean, because I mean, in the end, the whole song is like, it's like a pickup line, right?
Yes.
What's a sweetheart like you doing in a dump like this? So it makes sense. It makes sense that like he gets a little sultry with it, and because after all, he is kind of like coming onto someone in this bar, even though then it kind of escalates into biblical imagery.
Yes.
as it does.
Yeah, a lot of his 80s stuff goes from like pickup line to biblical imagery. I mean, everybody's seen My Love when he's talking about like transubstantiation. God, I love it. I love that stuff. Yeah, and the like melodic talk singing is just so like smooth and like, but also gruff. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think overall, like, a lot of infidels is a little sexy. I think I is also a bit sexy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The emotion behind his voice in that one, I think,
And
is very passionate.
it's also in the rhythm section. I think the rhythm section is like, oh, it's kind of like sultry and groovy.
Yeah.
You know, I had this thought, like, just like while we're on the topic of Sweetheart Like You, I was listening to Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen yesterday, and I don't know why I had never made that connection before, but you know, he sings well, I'm just living in a dump like this. Is something happening somewhere?
I saw you post that. I had never made that, because it's not in the same kind of cadence. I didn't clock that
Yeah.
before.
But I was like, this came out like a year after Infidels. So in my mind, I was like, was that on his mind? Probably, right? Like, I'm sure
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen would have been like devouring Infidels.
Yeah.
You know, does Bruce Springsteen think Sweetheart Like You is sexy? I wonder, you know?
I'm sure he does. Considering the kind of sexiness that Bruce puts forth, I think he would find Infidel sexy.
Yeah, and I think there is like that crossover as well, you know. I mean, one of my favorite 80s vocals, which I don't know. I was just trying to think like whether I think When the Night Comes Falling from the Sky, the E Street Band version, I think that's pretty sexy actually.
Yeah.
He really I love like how into it he gets. And it's so different from the version that's on Empire Burlesque. I think it's so much more, I mean, because it has like that yearning that the E Street Band has. And because, like, you know, I think Bruce Springsteen's really sexy, so I think anything that reminds me of Bruce Springsteen is kind of like sexy by association a little bit. But yeah, so I think there's like that crossover between like Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen also in that song. Like,
yeah, and like the quality of their voices are not that different, I think, around that time. I frequently, this is such a Gen Z way of consuming music. I frequently listen to this playlist that's just Bob Dylan's entire discography. And I think it's really fun to like, it helps me identify like the different eras better, I think. Like some real live songs just came up recently, and I was like, oh, this is the most Bob Dylan-y vocal I've ever heard. It is the most like parody of himself. Like I couldn't believe my ears at first, and
I love that.
You often don't hear that on the albums themselves, on the like studio recordings. And I really like this Infidels vocal because it's not quite there. It's a little taste of the Bob Dylan inflection, but it's not like full cartoon mode.
I totally know what you mean. I actually one really early exposure that I had to Bob Dylan, which I sometimes forget about because like in my mind I always go, okay, I fell in love with Bob Dylan when I listened to Every Grain of Sand when I was 16, and I had a copy of Freewheelin' that I bought when I was like 11 or something. The one missing piece that I sometimes leave out is that because I was such a big Beatles fan, I bought the Traveling Wilburys album also around that time.
Yes.
And I remember listening to that a lot because, you know, it was like a Beatle was on there. And I remember hearing Bob Dylan and what I think his voice is kind of like very, you know, Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Kind of like the I don't want to say like the parody version of Bob Dylan, but it's very, you know, a little bit.
It's close.
Yeah, it's close, exactly. But I think it exposed me to that version kind of early on, where then afterwards I was surprised to hear him on like earlier albums where he doesn't sound like that.
Right.
But I
it's
also
like
remember
immunity. It like gave you immunity to the Bob Dylan's weirdness when you get that.
Yeah, in a way. And then I remember just like loving the songs that he sings on that album, you know. I mean, Congratulations and Tweet and the Monkey Man. And I remember back then kind of being like, oh, you know, I wonder why they let him sing that. So, I mean, looking back, I'm like, blasphemy. Also, it's because he wrote them.
Right.
That's why he gets to sing them, because he wrote the best songs. That's why you like them.
Yeah, I love that the I guess most popular Wilbury song, Handle with Care, has everyone contributing like their thing to the vocals. They each get a little section, and it's Bob when he comes in. Everybody got somebody. So good.
Oh my God. Like, speaking of sexiest vocal,
Yeah.
how do we feel about Dirty World?
Well, we have talked about this before, I think, on the podcast.
Yes, we have.
It's
Yes.
nuts.
It's crazy, right? I mean, that is like definitely like overtly his most sexual song. I mean, by far.
Yeah,
And
but
I
it's
think he's
also
having fun with it.
it's so like humorous. Yeah,
It's so
that
funny.
like,
Yeah.
I can't take it really seriously
Yeah,
that
for
way.
sure. Yeah, that's why it's not really sexy. It's more like it's I don't know, something else, like a secret third thing.
Yeah. What was yours? What did you think?
Oh yeah. I think Bob Dylan's sexiest vocal is Gotta Serve Somebody.
Oh, okay. We're like almost in the same era. That's
Yeah.
really great. That's a great one. Also a little bit of talk singy.
Yeah. And I think it is him at his sultriest. I think the music is just really suave and kind of sexy and smooth, that whole Muscle Shoals sound. And yeah, I think that would be my answer.
That is good.
And it's obviously like funny because it's about God, but
I guess, but
you can get a little smooth with it.
Dylan was still like hitting on women in the godly songs too. We should say, like, it's the opposite of what we just said about him working in religion into the hitting on women songs. He hits on women in the God songs too. Like, I found when I was doing my presentation on Dylan and masculinity, like his relationship to women doesn't change just because like the iconography changes from goddesses to angels. It's still like, you're the flesh of my flesh, girl, and all of that. Like, even the delivery of it is so, it doesn't change that much. It's very similar.
Yeah, I think Slow Train Coming has many, many horny moments. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, reminder that I have a Spotify playlist called Horny Dylan.
Yes, that is so good.
Which is pretty fun. I think yeah, I think we could probably go through that playlist and like find a couple of other moments. But like, I think my number one answer would be Gotta Serve Somebody.
That is a great one. I also had a lesser in this category, not because I don't think it's sexy, but because it's like sexy and also moving. So I have one crossover, which is on the Rolling Thunder bootleg, not the movie one, the other one. The version of Simple Twist of Fate, that's in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I love his vocal on that, his delivery of the lines when he's singing. He sings Simple Twist of Fate, and he like goes down. I can't do it as good as he does, but he goes down on the note into that like deep, breathy note. It's so beautiful. I love when he does that like descending run in his vocals, and it is both sexy and I think like moving. It just conveys the emotion of the song so well, like this sort of depression in after the fact of the relationship. I love that vocal.
That's a great one. I have to listen to that one again. I have to revisit that one. I actually had like another one as well.
Yeah.
Technically, I actually have two more. I think I think Spanish Harlem Incident is like also like quite like, it's more like sultry. I don't know if I would call it sexy, but I think it has like, it's quite like sultry. And then I think specifically the live version, Bonnaroo 2004, Cold Irons Bound.
Whoa.
That's such a great version, but specifically when he sings that line, "You have no idea what you do to me." Do you know what I'm talking about? That's such
No, I want to hear it.
That is, I just think that's great.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know that era physically is one of your favorites when he's sort of cowboy mode.
I love the cowboy mode.
Yeah. That's so great. Okay, should we move on to spooky?
Yes.
Spookiest vocal? I think this one is more obvious to figure out.
Yeah.
Mine is Pay in Blood, where he just sounds straight up like a Halloween decoration come to life. He's the most monstrous, I think, on this one. It's almost insane that it is on a released recorded album.
Yeah.
Like studio album. He's like, let's start it off with my spookiest, scariest monster voice.
Yeah. I think a lot of Tempest actually. I think a lot of Tempest is like quite, it's also because like it's all about the blood and guts.
Yeah.
Like, Tempest is so violent.
No,
it's
it totally
so
works.
Violent.
It totally works for what it is.
Yeah, for sure. I think my answer is My Own Version of You.
Yeah. That one also makes total sense.
Yeah, because it's less like outwardly gruff than Pay in Blood, but I think it's so gothic. It's so haunting.
It fits the audioscape of the song so well.
Yeah. That whole recording is just A+++. My Own Version of You. It's just all just, oh my god.
Sorry, there's a motorcycle.
That sounded like someone's crashing into your building.
Yeah. Apologies, the New York City streets. I have something to say.
Yeah, spookiest. Are all the spookiest lyrics kind of recent, or do we have like any spooky lyrics a bit earlier on?
Let me think. Well, he gets sort of like fire and brimstone-y with the Christian era, I think. Doesn't he? Like I feel like he sort of gets into some apocalyptic imagery.
Yeah. Actually, I think Man in the Long Black Coat is a little spooky.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that has like, and I think he leans into it. I think he is like a narrator. I think he's like spinning the yarn, and maybe also like some stuff on. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think some of Time Out of Mind is also a little spooky. Maybe specifically. Let me think. I think I'm also thinking about it because obviously the question's coming from Graley Herren, who wrote an excellent book about Time Out of Mind, where he also argues that there are some real parallels between the songs on Time Out of Mind and murder ballads. And so I think there's that undercurrent that I have in my head, and obviously because the Daniel Lanois production is kind of has like this edge always. So, but I'm struggling to think of like one song that I would say is, Lovesick is a little spooky maybe, but then it's also, it's also lovesick.
Yeah. Yeah. Also Hollis Brown, I'd say is extremely spooky.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Grotesque. It was in that his like earliest vocal, which sounded old, but he was so young. He delivered it so well. Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know much to say, but
yeah, that's a really good one. And then the third one, Dylan's most moving.
Most
I mean,
moving.
whew.
We're getting to the heart of it.
I mean, there's so many. And also moving how, right? I think because moving is a spectrum, it can be yeah, I mean, I feel like I can just like rattle off songs that I find immensely moving.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow is a Long Time. I mean, Lonesome Death of Hattie Carroll is also immensely moving, but completely on the other end of the spectrum. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Every grain of sand. I've made up my mind to give myself to you. It's harder to name a song that's not moving.
Right. It's interesting to think about, moving in terms of how it serves the song or like elevates the song. Because what we're getting at, I think, with all these answers is that Dylan is so good at matching his vocal to the feeling of the song in a
Yeah.
really effective, emotionally intelligent way. Or maybe
Yeah.
that's just what I'm reading into it. But that's like his superpower as an
Yeah.
artist and why he goes through so many different voices, because he finds the perfect thing to fit the song.
Shooting Star, Standing in the Doorway.
Yeah.
That alternate version of Can't Wait is like a huge, 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 huge one for me. Like that one's one of my all-time favorite performances. Like I've been drinking forbidden juices. I've been living on lame excuses. It's so good. Like most of Blood on the Tracks. I don't know. You go.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the basement tapes, I keep coming back to Tears of Rage, just how clear and powerful his vocal could be at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine when that came out on the bootlegs and you're like, who even is that? Like it's so beautiful. But my favorite song, because of the vocals, is I'll Keep It With Mine. I think it's so sweet, wise beyond his years, but also sounds so young on it. It's so moving to me, both him, like a combination of his vocals, the fact that it's him at that young age singing it, and just how the meaning of the song itself also is just like it's so comforting to me. And also his voice is so clear with a bit of vibrato on it, which it's insane to me that didn't end up on a studio album, but I'm so glad that we have the versions of it we do, because that moment in his voice and his life, I think is just perfect.
Yeah, totally. That's a beautiful one. I'm thinking about so many songs that are on the bootleg series that I'm so glad we have, because the vocals are so incredibly moving. I mean, Moonshiner, I think, is also one of his most beautiful early vocals that I find so moving. Yeah, I mean, I think with that one we probably could keep going for ages. Just
Yeah.
I mean, God, yeah, I love Bob Dylan. I love his vocals. They move me so much.
Yeah.
It's more like, you think about an album and immediately so many songs come to mind that are just intensely moving. I mean, yeah, loads.
Yeah. That's why we love him, because he moves us.
Yeah, and I think that's really, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? I mean, people who say Bob Dylan's not a good singer, that's what they miss. They miss that what makes a good singer is the ability to move people, the ability to slip inside a song and get it across, to inhabit a song and to communicate the feelings of it. And I I mean, there are so many incredible singers, but I think Bob Dylan is one of the best, and he's so unique, he does it in his own way, and in the way that I think no one else can. And and because we're talking about, you were saying that you like to put the just the discography like on, do you put it on shuffle, just kind of,
Shuffle,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because I sometimes think about just like how you can sometimes tell what year it is by hearing him sing. Because like the other day, like I don't know, I was just listening to music, and a Bob Dylan song came on, and it was some live version, and immediately I was like, oh, that must be from this year. And I sometimes wonder like if it would be like a fun game to just kind of make people guess like what year we're in, like just judging from the voice. But that is also so unique to Bob Dylan, just how much his voice has changed through the years, through the decades. And yet there's something that has really, like, there's a core to it that has really remained, and if anything only gotten better, because I think, some people say his voice has deteriorated, even though I think he's really proved those people wrong in recent years, because there's been such a regeneration, almost like rejuvenation to his singing. But I think he's also just gotten better at performing, and at just the subtlety is like, it's so nuanced, it's so, just sometimes like a little inflection that just like makes me want to cry.
Yeah, and what people don't know about the I gotta reset. What people don't know about the crooner albums is, we've talked about how it essentially retrained his voice to learn how to sing better live, because people see him in 2009, it's not how he sounded 5 years later, and then that isn't how he sounds now. Even from the beginning of the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour, you can hear the changes. And like, he's singing so beautifully and with vibrato. People are really missing out. Like, I feel sorry for people who aren't up to date on Bob's latest voice and vocals, because everyone is so special.
Absolutely. Yeah. I hope I get to see him again.
Yeah.
I know you're seeing him so soon.
Yeah, next week.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, and I'll see what's going on with the microphone.
What is the latest on that? I haven't actually been following. Like, at some point I heard he has 2 microphones now.
Yeah. Someone in the Patreon Zoom was saying that his voice sounded weak at the beginning of the concert, but then he moved the mic closer and it was better. So, I mean, every day it seems like it's the same issues with the mic, and it's like, is he just like trolling with it, or trying to make some kind of point? I don't know. It's beyond me. It's beyond us.
Yeah, it's strange. I'm pure conjecture, as so often, but like, I wonder if it partly has to do with the fact that he's wearing in-ear monitors, because the mix will probably be different, and so maybe he doesn't. In my mind, that would maybe account for why he isn't as aware that the vocal sound isn't great out front, because either because he can hear himself better because he has something in his ear, or because the sound from the microphone picks up enough in his in-ear monitors. But I think that could maybe account for why it's not perfect, and he just doesn't notice it
for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, why is it different now? Why is it now a problem? Who knows?
Yeah, I wonder if it's like because of the new keyboard, if the setup is a bit different, because he doesn't have. Yeah, because he used to have the grand piano where the mic was like right here, and then maybe now it's behind it. I don't know.
And it's all acoustic, so to speak. No electric guitars now.
Yeah,
that's a part of it.
Yeah. I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
can't wait for you to report back.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Should we do another question?
I think
Or
I'm
should we?
flagging.
Okay.
I think it's okay
Great.
if this one's a bit shorter.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll get to the next question next time. Well, in that case, we can sign off. And if you, our dear listeners, have any questions for us, send us a voice memo, ideally under a minute, to bobdylanhotline@gmail.com. We'll do our best to answer it.
But the answer, my friend,
is blowing in the wind. We'll see you soon. Thank you for listening. Bye.